Proverbs 11, Phase 1. 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. This teaches that honesty and fairness reflect God's character, while deceit is detestable. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. This is saying that arrogance leads to downfall, while humility aligns with understanding. 3. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the crookedness of the treacherous destroys them. This teaches that integrity directs life, while deceit leads to ruin. 4. Riches do not profit in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. This is saying that wealth cannot save, but right living preserves life. 5. The righteousness of the blameless makes his way straight, but the wicked falls by his own wickedness. This teaches that righteousness stabilizes, while sin causes collapse. 6. The righteousness of the upright delivers them, but the treacherous are taken captive by their lust. This is saying that integrity frees, while sin traps. 7. When a wicked man dies, his hope perishes and the expectation of wealth perishes. This teaches that the security of the wicked is temporary. 8. The righteous is delivered from trouble, and the wicked takes his place. This is saying that righteousness protects, while wickedness leads into harm. 9. With his mouth the godless man destroys his neighbor, but by knowledge the righteous are delivered. This teaches that words can destroy or protect. 10. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices, and when the wicked perish, there is jubilation. This is saying that righteousness benefits the community. 11. By the blessing of the upright a city is exalted, but by the mouth of the wicked it is overthrown. This teaches that moral influence shapes society. 12. Whoever despises his neighbor lacks sense, but a man of understanding keeps silent. This is saying that wisdom exercises restraint. A gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret. This teaches that discretion protects relationships. 14. Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety. This is saying that wise counsel prevents failure. 15. Whoever puts up security for a stranger will surely suffer, but he who refuses such pledges is safe. This teaches caution in financial commitments. 16. A gracious woman obtains honor, and ruthless men obtain riches. This is saying that character shapes outcomes, though not always in the same way. 17. A kind man benefits himself, but a cruel man brings trouble on himself. This teaches that compassion returns good, while cruelty backfires. 18. The wicked earns deceptive wages, but he who sows righteousness gets a sure reward. This is saying that actions produce predictable outcomes. 19. Whoever is steadfast in righteousness will live, but he who pursues evil will die. This teaches that direction determines destiny. 20. Those of perverse heart are an abomination to the Lord, but those of blameless ways are his delight. This is saying that God evaluates both heart and conduct. 21. Be assured, the wicked will not go unpunished, but the offspring of the righteous will be delivered. This teaches that justice will ultimately prevail. 22. Like a gold ring in a pig's snout is a beautiful woman without discretion. This is saying that outward beauty without wisdom is misplaced and wasted. The desire of the righteous is only good, but the expectation of the wicked is wrath. This teaches that desires reveal alignment and lead to outcomes. 24. One gives freely, yet grows all the richer. Another withholds what he should give, and only suffers want. This is saying that generosity leads to increase, while selfishness leads to lack. 25. Whoever brings blessing will be enriched, and one who waters will himself be watered. This teaches that generosity returns to the giver. 26. The people curse him who holds back grain, but a blessing is on the head of him who sells it. This is saying that hoarding harms others, while provision brings honor. Whoever diligently seeks good seeks favor, but evil comes to him who searches for it. This teaches that pursuit determines outcome. 28. Whoever trusts in his riches will fall, but the righteous will flourish like a green leaf. This is saying that dependence on wealth fails, but righteousness sustains. 29. Whoever troubles his own household will inherit the wind, and the fool will be servant to the wise. This teaches that disorder at home leads to loss and subjugation. 30. The fruit of the righteous is a tree of life, and he who wins souls is wise. This is saying that righteous living produces life and influence. 31. If the righteous is repaid on earth, how much more the wicked and the sinner? This teaches that justice applies to all, and consequences are certain. Proverbs 11, Phase 2. Historical and cultural anchorings. Proverbs 11 reflects a society where commerce, governance, family, and social reputation were tightly intertwined. Fairness, honesty, and integrity were essential for daily life. Dishonest scales, corrupt leaders, or treacherous behavior could ruin livelihoods, families, and communities. The chapter's contrasts between righteous and wicked behavior illustrate observable cause and effect consequences. Integrity produces stability, prosperity, and respect, while deceit and pride lead to ruin. Public and private life were inseparable, making wisdom not only a moral imperative, but a practical necessity. Modern application. Today, Proverbs 11 teaches that ethical and moral choices continue to shape both individual and communal life. Honest dealings, humility, and accountability protect relationships, careers, and social networks. Pride, manipulation, and deception may provide temporary gain, but they invite long-term loss. Generosity, prudence, and ethical leadership are still avenues to influence, stability, and respect. The personified wisdom and folly of this chapter remind us that life presents ongoing invitations and temptations. Choosing integrity over expedience remains a matter of practical survival and spiritual alignment. Linguistic anchorings. The Hebrew text employs parallelism, repetition, and contrast to reinforce memory and comprehension. Terms like shadik, righteous, rasha, wicked, awon, iniquity, and ma'al, treachery, anchor moral distinctions. Numerical patterns, metaphorical imagery, and paired statements make the consequences of ethical or unethical behavior vivid. Veritas 365 translation preserves these contrasts while rendering them in contemporary English that is both relatable and forceful, ensuring the moral weight is felt without archaic or overly formal phrasing. Theological anchorings. Theologically, Proverbs 11 asserts that God observes not just action but character, rewarding integrity and punishing deceit. Righteousness brings protection, blessing, and influence. Wickedness leads to frustration, exposure, and eventual destruction. The chapter emphasizes divine alignment with truth, justice, and moral order. God's pleasure rests in upright living, and he actively opposes treachery and pride. Key themes: integrity and honesty, essential for personal and communal flourishing. Cause and effect. Choices produce predictable outcomes, spiritually and practically. Speech as moral reflection. Words reveal character and carry consequences. Humility over pride. Modesty aligns with wisdom. Arrogance invites downfall. Divine oversight. God rewards alignment with moral order and punishes corruption. Closing thought. Proverbs 11 teaches that living rightly is both ethical and practical. Integrity in speech, humility in attitude, and generosity in action yield blessing, stability, and influence. Conversely, pride, deceit, and treachery result in ruin. The chapter challenges readers to see that moral alignment is inseparable from real-world consequences, and that wisdom and virtue produce lasting benefit. Reflection prompts. Where in your life do your decisions impact the well-being of others? Are there areas where pride or deceit might bring temporary gain but long-term harm? How do your words reflect integrity or folly? In what ways can generosity and ethical behavior shape your community and personal life?